Hi, I'm Captain Carly, and this is my first mate and chief engineer, Dominic. And this beautiful boy, the star of the show, is our Hungarian Vizsla, Hank. Together we make up the crew of our 40-year-old sailing boat, Cadoha, where we live and work full-time as we explore the very best of the islands that we are lucky enough to call our home. If you'd like to join us in exploring some of these lesser shared destinations on YouTube, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and welcome aboard.
Now today in England is actually officially the hottest day of the year. So we're not going to take Hank for a long walk, we're just going to let him go to the toilet, bimble around the beach, go for a swim and stay cool. However, I don't know about you, when I saw the weather reports that said it was going to be the hottest day of the year so far, I feel like something has changed. Like when I was a kid and we were going to have a heat wave in the summer, shock horror, I remember the map that whoever it was that was presenting the weather would show you, wherever it was going to be really sunny and hot, would have little suns with smiley faces and rays sticking out the side, maybe sunglasses on, like a happy face. Now when I flick the news on, it literally looks like scorched earth, like hell. Everything's red and darker shades of red and almost brown. It's so terrible, everything's so terrifying. What is it with the media these days? Why does everything have to be so... We've had corona, monkeypox, World War III's about to start, and now even the weather. We've got to be terrified of the weather. I think it was even presented like that. Potentially dangerous, life-ending heat wave. Like another day in Greece. Do you know what I mean? They seem to live a long time. Anyway, that's my rant over. I don't know why everything just has to be so terrifying. It's not. It's the summer. It's lovely. Don't run a marathon, maybe. You know? Alright, it's time for a little bit of behind the scenes knowledge. I'm going to let you into a little secret, and it's about the music I choose for these videos. You see, when I'm selecting tracks, what I'm honestly trying to do is get across to you exactly how any of these moments feel to me in my head. You see, when I'm under the water filming, I go away and choose music that I feel is aquatic and magical. Yet, Pirates of the Caribbean isn't the only Hollywood blockbuster that's left its mark. No, there have been others that have left deep scars on my psyche. And if you're watching, yes, I'm looking at you, Spielberg. So for once, I want to be honest. I'm going to share with you one time in this little montage how I genuinely feel most of the time when I'm in the water all by myself hunting for food. The truth is, I get scared. There you go. I said it, I get scared. And that fear brings on a real sense of urgency. When I'm down there, I'm like, I'm looking for fish, find the dinner, before something bigger comes along and makes me their dinner. Now I know there's going to be a whole lot of people watching this rolling their eyes like, oh, the chances of you being eaten by anything in England, like almost zero. Stop fretting over it, it's an irrational fear. And even though it may be an irrational fear, it still feels very real. In fact, this is exactly how it feels. freshly caught mullet is today's meal of the day, and I smell curry.
Well, you said the flavour's quite strong on a mullet, so...
Apparently so. Now, I had never shot a mullet before, and a lot of people seem to sort of turn their nose up at them, so I assumed they weren't very good. And one of the YouTube channels I've been following to try and learn from and become slightly less terrible at spearfishing is a guy called Joey PK, and I swear that guy is literally he's part man, part fish. In fact, I only learnt yesterday or the day before, one of the people here also know him, his surname's Pike. So his surname is actually a fish. Like it all makes sense now. Anyway, he seems to be quite an advocate for eating mullet, and he uses the word delicious in the same sentence as mullet fairly often. So I saw one, I took a shot, and I'm going to give it a go. If any of you watching this are interested in spearfishing around the West Country, and rather than watching me do it, you'd like to see someone who really knows what they're doing, then go check out Joe's channel. It's Joey PK on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description, and yeah, tell him we sent you, because I think that's a nice thing to know where your traffic's coming from. Alright, so we've got some curry, some rice, and a bit of mullet meat. Not bad, not bad. Alright, Mr. Pike, I'll give you that one. Although it's hard to know whether that's the taste of fish.
It's so spicy.
Or a copious amount of Thai spices going, woo, woo, there's a fire in my mouth.
Yeah, sorry about that one. Maybe a little bit too much spice.
There we go, guys. That's today's meal of the day. Alright, it has been a very long time since I've worn a salesperson's hat, but I feel there might be somebody on our channel that needs to know about this place. This is a tiny little detached property down in Hope Cove, right on the waterfront. It's actually an old lifeboat station, and it's currently up for sale for a cool asking price, or a guide price, of £500,000. Anyone who's interested in it, yeah. Marchant Petite estate agents are sorting it out. There's their details there. Marchant Petite, I'll email you my commission details. Property is actually grade 2 listed, which means there are incredibly strict rules which govern what you can and can't do to the property in terms of modifying it. If you were going to make it something you'd live in, or a holiday home. But it's steeped in history. It's a really unique looking building, and given this location, I don't know about you, for me at least, there's some hoops that are worth jumping through. When that is your doorstep.
Hey guys, so today is moving day. We're not too thrilled about it, but we do need to move on because the winds have shifted round and they're now going to be coming in from the southwest, which makes Hope Cove, where we are, no longer a sheltered anchorage. So we're going to head up into Plymouth, which we've not been in before, and we've been told there is an anchorage there called Barnpool, which should be pretty sheltered. So we're going to go check that out and take you guys obviously along with us. But before we go check that out, I want to say a huge thank you to Jonathan, who recently joined us over on Patreon. So welcome, and let's go check out the new anchorage.
This is what really goes on behind the scenes, by the way. This is what really happens.
Don't be fooled, that never happens. He just wanted to be in the shot.
Alright, let's get stowed up. a big old navy boat. Where do you think it's going?
I have no idea.
No idea at all.
I do wonder if he's turning to come back out from here.
We will see.
So we're now here in Barnpool, which should be perfectly sheltered from the westerly winds we're going to get. But it took a few attempts to get the anchor set due to, apparently, according to the locals, some concrete slabs and bits and bobs that have been dumped in the anchorage in the past. But these tend to be from about 10 metres of depth and outwards. And so you end up with like a thin layer of sand on top of these concrete slabs, which isn't enough for the anchor to grip into and just kind of drags along the top. But further into the anchorage, which is pretty close to shore, but there's plenty of depth. There's really good holding, which I think we've managed to find now. And then we're going to leave the boat here while we go venture inland and explore what there is to offer. But we'll be showing you that in our next episode. But before we go, I would like to say a huge thank you to Nick and Jane, who very generously donated on our run button on our website. That is hugely appreciated. Thank you very much. We're off to explore and we'll leave it here. And for now, thank you very much and we'll see you next time. Bye.